it is time. And we are back with a little bit of a different look and a new bike to rebuild. As you can see from the thumbnail, we picked up a 2018 Ducati Monster S, 1200S. It's got a little over 3,000, or it's closer to 4,000 miles on it. I think it's got 3,600. Starts, runs, that's all we really know in terms of the engine, but it did start, it fires up, and I am so excited to start this. Obviously, I'm not in my shed anymore. The space has been drastically upgraded. We moved from the shed into here, and it is amazing. Been setting this up for the last 2 weeks. I actually picked this bike up probably 4 months ago, 4 months ago. And it's been sitting in storage ever since. I haven't really done anything with it. I've just been waiting because I wanted to get this set up first. But now this is ready to go. I'm only waiting on one other thing for the shop, which is a bike lift. We did order one, but it's back ordered. So I am extremely excited to get this started. But I just want to give a quick overview of the bike and what I can tell is damaged right from looking at it, what I know for sure without obviously starting to take things apart. But this guy got hit pretty good in the front. This lower mount for the forks completely snapped. This fork is destroyed. This is broken down here. It almost looks a little bent. You know, if the steering's straight, this, if you look at it this way, something just, obviously the, I don't know yet if the front rim is damaged. I'm hoping it's not, but it might be. I won't know until I pull it. The tank is shot, completely destroyed. The whole rear set, shift linkage, shifter, foot peg, completely destroyed. The front radiator, completely destroyed. I already pulled that off because it was rubbing on the tire and I couldn't really roll it. What else? That's pretty much it on this side. It's weird. This side definitely got the kickstand too. This side definitely got the brunt of all the damage. This side really, I don't know how this guy fell, but this got scraped right here. And this got bent. And that's pretty much it. There's a scratch on the tank right here. But that's pretty much it on this side in terms of stuff that got touched. And I don't know, I mean, this is bent really bad, so it's definitely from the crash, but that could also be old. I don't really know. But this side's in pretty good shape. So that's pretty much it that I know of until I really dive in. Copart marked stuff with green marker where they saw damages, so when they take the pictures you can see, like you see this green paint marker. They put a paint marker on this because something shifted down here. This got hit, this oil cooler. So I'm going to take this off and obviously inspect everything and make sure everything is okay, and if something's damaged I'll replace it. This they marked because it got scratched. The water pump cover. What else? Obviously the tank is destroyed. This whole thing is messed up. So I've had this for a while. We've been waiting to start working on it. So while I've been doing that, I've been looking for parts. I was able to get this entire front end. Forks, light, brakes, new bars, new controls, new levers, everything. Stock. So that takes care of the front end. Other than the rim and the rotor, like that's still a question mark. The brakes, making sure that stuff's good. I may have to order new stuff for that. And then I also got a new tank. Tank's here. This is still just, this stuff is kind of like, I have a cover for the water pump cover to cover that scratch. Grips, because the stock grips on these are terrible, and I love these domino grips. I actually have dominoes on both of these. The Scrambler has yellow ones, and then I have a different style, but those are Dominoes on my Panigale. And I got the new rear set, the quick shifter, all that, the mount for the rear passenger foot peg, and the kickstand, and all the hardware for that stuff. The front mudguard shot, front headlight shot. This is the radiator. It's completely messed up, broken. This is broken. This is the only thing I really don't have yet that I know I need for sure to get it running. So this is in the process of being searched for to try and find one at a reasonable price and not have to buy one brand new. There was one that came with all the hoses, the reservoir for the fluid, everything. It was on eBay, and I wasn't ready to pull the trigger on it, and someone else bought it, so it's gone. So I'm currently hunting for that, but yeah, so that's basically where we're at with this, and it's time to start tearing it apart and fixing it. So hopefully it turns out good and we go from there. If anyone, obviously the Scrambler came out great. Everyone loves it. Torn on whether we want to sell it or not, because it's fun. It's a fun bike, but I think this is going to be way better than that, even though that looks awesome. So that's gonna probably end up getting sold. Maybe, we don't know yet. But I obviously don't need to have this many bikes. It's not necessary. And obviously selling allows for more builds. So that's kind of the approach. I don't know how crazy I'm going to go on this yet with like customizing things. There's so many things you could do with this. There's so many things I would do to it if it was my personal bike that I know of, like titanium exhaust, clear clutch cover, like so many things. I mean, you could really make these things so cool. And it's such a beautiful bike. So, and they are no longer making this style of the Monster anymore. It's currently gone. So this is the last iteration of this look, where you see the frame, and it's obviously heavier. The new one that just came out, they didn't come out to 1200 yet, but it'll be similar to the 800s that they just came out with. And it literally doesn't look anything like this. It's a totally different bike. So that's kind of a big like thing too, that like this bike is kind of like gone essentially. They're not making them anymore that look like this. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. We're going to find out. Well, the problem is once I ride this, I'm not going to want to get rid of it, but may have to. Other than that, though, it's time to start working on this. I'm trying to think of anything else. Obviously, I haven't been posting videos in a while. The Scrambler was the first build we did on the channel, and I want to continue to do them. So hopefully this one turns out good. The Triumph is my dad's, and once we have the lift, we're thinking about doing some funky stuff with this and really like completely changing it. We want to chop it up, clip-ons, fender eliminator, big loud pipes, maybe change the paint, do a bunch of stuff to it. So there may be a whole build series just on the Triumph alone, and that's exciting. So stay tuned for that. My bike, obviously, is beautiful. You've seen this on the channel. You saw the install of the exhaust. There's really nothing else I want to do to this. I did have the gloss carbon front fender ordered forever, and because of COVID, it never came, and I ended up just getting my money back from Moto Million because they couldn't get them, and I needed the money, so I never got that. But other than that, my bike, I'm not really doing anything else with. This is the focus right now for the channel, is this bike, and then there'll be some side-by-side between this and that. And then obviously, I know I have footage from Nick's bike. You saw the Scrambler, the 1100. I wasn't able to record everything that he did to that, because if anyone's ever owned their own bike, and when you buy one for the first time, it's extremely exciting. And you get like, what's the word? You can't help yourself, and you go on the computer and you order every single thing you possibly can for the bike, and then you just don't want to wait, obviously, so you start doing stuff to it. So I wasn't able to coordinate with him and have that whole thing recorded for the channel. But when he does come here with the bike, we'll do an overview and a walk around on everything he did to it. And he's still doing more. So hopefully, now that we have this shop, he can come here and we can record everything that we're going to do. I know the exhaust system he still wants to do. That'll really complete the bike. And he wants to maybe do something different with the seat. But that bike from when you guys last saw it on the channel looks completely different. It is not the same bike that it was when you last saw it. So that's exciting. I want to get that on the channel and let everyone see that, because it's a beautiful bike, and he killed it with the color. It's similar to the 800 with the color scheme. He went with gold and black, but not as much gold. And obviously it's a bigger bike and it just looks different and it's gorgeous, but he needs to do the exhaust. So that's got to be the next thing on his list. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and I will continue to do this because I love it. So stay tuned, and we are going to dive deep into this